Hi everyone, my name is Eliudes Jose Diaz, and today I'll be doing the informative speech for our public speaking class at City Tech, Spring 2020. My topic of today would be the history of film and moving images. I would like to introduce to you this topic because for me it's really interesting, and I would like you to also learn with me in this quick video. Please enjoy this class. I will start saying that although history of film is not clearly defined by the commercial or the public screening, we could say that filming started with Lumiere brothers, which they did a short film in Paris actually on December 28th of 1895, and it's been defined to be the breakthrough in history of film. The Lumiere Brothers project was defined as the breakthrough of cinematography. We have to understand that before that, photos and images were out. They were actually out there. People were throwing pictures, black and white or whatnot. But this was the first time something was recorded. And it was in a stationary camera, meaning that it's not moving around. It was centered in a wide angle, and it was actually cutting everything that was happening in front of it. That was the ways that cinematography was done back in the day in 1895, when the Lumiere brothers recorded workers getting out of the factory. I will put the video for you guys. Now, when Lumiere brothers did the first shot in 1895 of workers getting out of the factory, there was nothing of moving the camera around. The first time they ever actually tried was putting the camera in form of a tripod inside a vehicle and then moving the vehicle along. And that way they'd be able to record movement. Now, when I did explain to you guys that pictures were actually made before that, I'm referring to the fact that since 1878, pictures were used to record animals or photos and moments of people out there. Actually, one person, Edward Mortbridge, made hundreds of chronography studies of the motion of animals and people in front of a camera. And as this result, chronophotography was something really serious. I will show a picture of something that happened in front of a camera, which you'll be able to see something that was published, really famous. A lot of people have seen it. It's called the Horse in Motion Cabinet Cards, which it will actually tell of a horse that has in a car that has different parts, and you will actually look into a little hole and you'll be able to see the horse moving around. Film did evolve over time, and from the beginnings in 1895 until now, it's been more than 100 years, it did evolve over time in different eras. So the silent era, which a lot of people might know, like Chaplin and others, were actually one of the European movies that break through the process when they're more famous during World War I and World War II. So in 1890s, film were mostly via temporary storefront. So by that means it was set in a stage and people would record themselves inside the stage. And a lot of the things that would happen to this movie or everything that you see through the camera, you'll be able to see panels and you will read the script of everything that was happening or expressions, since sound was not implemented until later on. A rotating camera was actually built later on in 1897. And that's a lot of the things that we do see nowadays when we see movies. One of the things that was also implemented back then was continuity editing, which means that we'll be able to see different type of shots and different type of movements in the camera for us to get information. So I will later explain a little bit about the type of shots so be able to understand how it works. Also the type of lighting. Now I'm going to show you a few shots of Casablanca and how in continuity editing it's being used.
The moving camera and the editing always let us know exactly where we are in space and in the story, as it lets us eavesdrop on a series of encounters that illustrate the particular problem of the establishment's clientele of refugees, spies, and smugglers. When the sequence and the tour concludes with an introduction to Rick himself, the audience understands that he is the one man capable of resolving predicaments unique to Casablanca.
I want you guys to understand that moving images in film has only been around for about 100 years, which from 1895 until today, it has changed and evolved a lot. Now, currently in 2020, we see more digital images being created, like Pixar or Toy Story or whatnot. Those type of films were created through animation, which it's kind of taking over the industry in some way. Now, we have to also understand that this, in 20, 30 years from now, it will evolve as well. I would like you to always understand that it doesn't matter what type of film you watch and you will watch in the future, they always keep the same type of shots, dollies, close-up, and lighting types, because that sends information and signals. I love film and I would like you guys to love it too. I hope you guys enjoy this video and enjoy the rest of the semester.